Good.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. This morning's learning, Zedek Shlomo Hap says the Yortzeit for your mother's name? Hanita Bas. Ephraim Neshama Shafin Aliyah. In this week's Parsha beginning, we see the possible clash of two very powerful personalities. Yehuda was certainly a leader, and he was a strong personality, and Yosef was a strong personality, also the viceroy of Egypt. Can you imagine the two had clashed? But thank God they made peace. Can you start to think what would happen had they both ended up in a violent confrontation, which was tremendously possible at that moment in history? So the story is told. Paul Harvey was a famous radio commentator, and one of his favorite stories is that William and his Aunt Caroline lived in New York in the 1890s. And compared to his Aunt Caroline, William was considered an outcast. She had the most lavish parties with horses and carriages coming by at all hours. And he was envious of his aunt. He was a social outcast compared to her. He gets $100 million in the 1890s. A mere piece of change. So he tears down his mansion. He says, you know what? I'm going to build a hotel, put her to shame, she's going to move away. He builds this gigantic hotel with 530 rooms, 350 baths. He employs 970 employees in the 1890s. And what happened is his aunt moved away, but she tore down her house. She only got $50 million in the inheritance that they received. And she also built a gigantic hotel to outdo her nephew's hotel. So one manager of the hotel got both of them together. Listen, if you're both going to open up, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be calamity. Why don't we make peace between both of you, and we'll make rooms that you can be able to seal off in case the peace doesn't work between your two hotels. We'll combine the hotels. There's a way out. So they did that, and that person was William Waldorf and his Aunt Caroline Astor. That became history. This is the famous hotel that almost never happened because it could have been feuding. And that's the lesson from this parsha. When there's powerful personalities, if they're able to work it out, and that's unity is such an important force of Yiddishkeit. And Yehuda and Yosef that worked out, can you imagine what would have happened? At the end of the day, it's also Yehuda and Yosef together are going to usher in the Messianic age. You have Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David, all from these two individuals. So this is all working in harmony, and that's the lesson. We do a lot more in harmony than we do with division. Have a wonderful day.